So the Grom dash and the CRF450R dash have the exact same pins, but are they direct swaps? Well, I got a Grom dash and I got a CRF dash, so let's find out. So this is an interesting thought experiment that I actually came across on a thread on Thumper Talk in the CRF450L, 450RL section. And also something that I complained about in prior videos with this speedometer is the fact that it does not show tach, anything else like that, even though the bike itself is capable of doing so. Now my solution to that has been adding this, the 12 O'Clock Labs mini gauge, which not only provides a tachometer, but a secondary speedometer, gear position indicator, and air temperature and engine temperature, so it has a lot of information, which is good. But the question remains, is there another way? Can I use instead a Honda OEM part? This is my Honda Grom and the instrument cluster that it comes with. This is an older version, but it's the same one that came on the 250L, 300L, CBR 300, a bunch of different bikes use this one, and I don't think there's a difference in the part numbers, which means they should be plug and play. So maybe it's plug and play with this one as well. Let's find out. Before we go tearing into everything, let's get a baseline just to make sure nothing is missed from this. So total 21652. We'll even check the trip, 88.7 miles on the Grom. All right, CRF time now. It says 2,354 miles, 35.6 on trip A, and 647.1 on trip B. All right, let's tear into these. Yeah. And here we have them, both dashboards out and on the table. And as you can see here, so this is the CRF and the pinning, and it has the same pinnings as the Grom here. In addition to this, looking at it visually, I also took a look at the wiring harness itself to see what color wires are going for each of these pins. And it looks like there are some differences there. Now, I don't know if that's a generational difference, and maybe it's just a difference in color, but on the other hand, Honda are pretty good about keeping the color scheme for the wiring harness, the wiring cluster, pretty universal across all of their bikes over many, many years. So I don't have high hopes at this point, but let's just try it. I'm gonna plug the Grom dashboard into the CRF and turn it on, see what happens. All right, here we go, moment of truth. It's all clipped in, plugged in nicely, as I would expect, being the same plug style, but here's the moment of truth. Does it actually turn on? What do we see? And we see nothing. Yeah. I don't think these pins are the same. Will it turn on? That's another question. Yup. Well, it turns on just fine. Brake light works too. Just nothing on the dashboard. It's like it's dead. Well, can't say I didn't try. I could have gone a little bit further with this, I will admit. I took a little bit closer of a look on the pins of both the Grom and the CRF and did notice that there are different wires going to different pins, different wire colors, and you could theoretically take a look at the wiring diagrams for both of these bikes and repin everything to get the necessary wires to the right pin and show up, and at least maybe you could find a few things on the instrument cluster that would work. But first of all, I'm not going to go that far because number one, I just wanted to see if this is a plug and play swap. You can just pop one off, pop another one on, and everything magically works. That answer is a resounding no. And number two, I just honestly hate wiring so much. I don't want to have to deal with looking at the wiring diagram and depinning things. I've had not the best experiences with wiring in the past. If you've seen my videos, granted, these ones are in much better shape, the wiring harnesses, than some of my other projects, but still, it's one of those things that I just absolutely hate doing, and I really don't want to go much further with it. But at least we tried, and at least we know now that it's not 100% plug and play. So, see you next time.